Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
William Conrad starring as Marshal Matt Dillon in an episode of Gunsmoke, a story of a reformed gunfighter named Brandon Teak, portrayed by Joseph Kearns. This episode, The Letter of the Law, broadcast July 15th, 1956.
Gunsmoke.
Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad, the transcribed story of the violence that moved west with young America, and the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely. Morning, Kitty.
Well, you're out early today.
I'm a working man. I have to keep regular hours.
Then what were you doing at the Long Branch at 2 o'clock this morning?
Well, sometimes it's a regular 24 hours, just like you.
Well, at least I make good money at it.
Kitty, would you really like to see me settle down and run a saloon?
You might get to like it.
All right, I'll do it.
When?
But I'm about 50.
I thought so.
Good morning, Miss Kitty.
Oh, hello, Chester.
Here's a letter for you, Mr. Dillon.
Oh, thanks, Chester.
The envelope says it's from Judge Rambo over in Wichita.
Mm-hmm.
Anything important?
Yeah, it's a court order for eviction. Yeah, seems Brandon Teak didn't file legally on his land over by Wagon Mountain.
Did you say Brandon Teak?
How do you know him, Kitty?
Everybody knew him around Abilene.
Yeah, he had a pretty bad reputation then, I guess.
Doesn't he still?
Well, I haven't seen him for some time, but he's married now, and he's trying to prove up some land.
Well, I don't envy you trying to put him off it. Brandon Teak never shoved very easy that I recall.
Well, we'll ride out there this afternoon, Chester.
Be sure your gun's loaded, Matt.
Yeah, well, maybe I won't need it, Kitty.
Want to bet?
No, I guess not.
You ask me, Teak's gone and built himself a mighty nice place out here, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, he's doing fine. Hello, Teak.
Hello, Marshal. Chester,
All right, Teak.
what brings you out this way?
Well, here, you might as well read it yourself.
What's this? Court order. Immediate eviction. What's this all about, Marshal? I got my deed to this place.
Yeah, but you failed to register it at the land office, Teak.
Nobody told me about that.
I'm sorry.
You'll be a whole lot sorry you try to put me off this land, Marshal.
Brandon, who are you talking to?
You stay inside, sir. It ain't nothing.
Well, then it won't hurt if I come out.
This is my wife, Marshal Dillon and Chester Proudfoot.
How do you do, mister?
Is there trouble, Brandon?
They say we got no legal right to this place, Sarah. I didn't register the deed or some fool thing.
Oh, no.
Now, don't you worry. Ain't nobody gonna move us off, law or no law.
It's a court order, Teak.
I ain't wore a gun since I got married, Marshal, but I can sure go put one on.
We're going to have a child, Marshal. Most any day now.
And we ain't moving. We ain't starting over again.
Oh, if we have to, we can do it. I'd rather die and see you go to fighting again, Brandon. Now you think on it.
Yeah. It's a hard thing for a man to swallow, but I can't go again her. I ain't putting on my gun.
Now, why don't you go in and tell her that?
When'll I tell her we gotta get off the place?
Oh, there's no hurry.
What about that immediate eviction?
Well, I'll be responsible for that.
I guess I ought to be grateful to you.
No, Teak, not to me. Well, goodbye.
Bye, Marshal. Chester.
Bye, Teak. When are you going to put him off, Mr. Dillon?
I'm going over to Wichita, Chester. I'll find out there.
July 15th, 1956, Gunsmoke on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Gunsmoke, July 15th, 1956, The Letter of the Law.
Hello, Judge.
Marshal Dillon, what are you doing in Wichita?
Well, I came to see you.
Oh, that's all?
It's about that court order you sent me, Judge.
Which court order, Marshal?
The one to evict Brandon Teak off his land near Wagon Mountain.
Oh, that. Yes, I remember. What's the trouble? Is he putting up a fight?
No, he isn't.
Well, he sure must have changed. I remember Teak around here. He was a wild one.
Well, he's married now, Judge. As a matter of fact, they're expecting a child any day.
A child?
Mm-hmm. So, I told him that they could take their time about moving.
Take their time?
Yeah.
That order was to evict them at once, Marshal.
Yeah, I know that, Judge.
There's no room for sentiment in the law, Marshal Dillon. What's right is right, and what's legal is legal.
Look, Judge, Teak's been on that land for over a year. How come this business about failing to register his deed just came up?
It was only recently brought to my attention.
And who brought it to your attention?
Lee Sprague. Not that it makes any difference.
Lee Sprague, huh?
Yes.
He owns a lot of land around Wagon Mountain, doesn't he?
And he's filed on this. There's nothing irregular about it, Marshal, if that's what you're thinking.
Legally, I'm sure everything's correct, Judge.
You can't argue with facts, Marshal. Now stop being a sentimental fool and go do your duty.
Brandon Teak's a changed man, Judge. He's done more than prove up that land. He's proved himself up, too.
Homestead Act, 1862, paragraph 12. After 1 year, if the deed to such land is not duly recorded at the nearest government
office... Oh, never
office...
mind, Judge. I know how it reads.
Well, then start acting like it. I can hold even a United States Marshal in contempt of court, you know.
Yeah, sure you can. You got a lot of power, Judge. But there's only one thing wrong.
And what's that?
You never learned how to use it.
Marshal Dillon.
I want to talk to you, Sprague.
Come in.
Thank you.
How'd you know I was in Dodge today?
I found out. It's about Brandon Teak, Sprague.
Something wrong?
No, not legally. Judge Rambo made that pretty clear.
Want to tell me what's bothering you, Marshal?
Yeah, sure. I think Brandon Teak deserves that land more than you do.
Marshal, I'm in the land and cattle business, and I'm making out mighty well. No man can accuse me of ever doing anything illegal or dishonest. But everybody knows I practice sharp, and I'll go on practicing sharp, too.
Even against a man like Teak, who's hung up his gun and settled down and tried to make a life for him and his family?
What do you mean, his family?
There's a child coming any day now.
Yeah. Then he's better off in town, Marshal.
What?
My wife stayed in the country. That's why I lost her. Looks to me I'm doing Teak a favor.
You got an awful easy conscience, Sprague.
No use arguing, Marshal. You got your order, now go put him off.
No, Sprague, I'm not going to do it.
What?
I couldn't hold my head up if I had any part of the kind of law you and Judge Rambo want.
You mean that?
I do.
I ain't gonna let you stand in my way, Marshal. You're in for trouble.
Here's Brandon Teak and his missus both talking that fellow, Mr. Dillon.
You recognize him, Chester?
No, sir, I don't. He's a stranger to me. Looks like they're all head up over something, don't it?
Yeah.
Miss Teak hadn't ought to be standing out in the heat of the day this
We'll
way.
let Marshal Dillon settle this, Haley.
He's got nothing to do with it no more.
Ma'am,
How to do, Marshal?
what's the trouble here, Teak?
You told me there was no hurry about our leaving, Marshal.
Wait a minute. Where'd you get that badge, mister? Who are you?
I'm Jim Haley, Marshal. Deputy Sheriff from Wichita.
Wichita? Well, how'd you get here?
I took the Santa Fe to Dodge, then I rented me a horse.
Answer me, Haley.
Judge Rambo sent me. I guess he felt the law needed a little enforcing down this way.
He's got a court order, Marshal, just like the one you had.
It's plumb legal. And I want you people to pack up and be out of here by tomorrow.
Just a minute, Haley.
I can take care of him, Marshal.
No, Brandon, there'll be no fighting.
Now, Sarah...
You ain't gonna do nothing except move, Teak, and right now.
No!
Woman, you let go my arm!
Sarah!
Now, wait a minute, Marshal. She shouldn't have grabbed my arm like that. I was only trying to do...
Get his gun, Chester.
Yes, sir.
Is she hurt, Teak?
You all right, Sarah?
I'll be all right.
She only grabbed his arm. He's gone and hurt her, Marshal, flinging her off like that.
Chester.
Yes, sir.
Jump on your horse and ride for Dodge, huh? Tell Doc to get out here. Fast.
Ain't Doc never coming out of that house?
Yeah. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
She shouldn't have grabbed me. I didn't mean to hurt her.
Haley, why don't you keep quiet? Nobody wants to hear from you.
Look, Mr. Dillon, there's Doc.
Huh?
You don't look none too happy.
Well, Doc?
The baby's dead, man.
Oh, my.
That's too bad.
Well, I didn't do it. I only pushed her a little.
I told you to shut up, Haley.
There wasn't a chance of saving the baby. It's her I've been working on. And she's going to be all right now, Matt.
Yeah. Well, good for that, anyway.
Hey, Doc, tell you, Marshal?
Hey, yeah, Teak. I'm sorry to hear it.
I'm sorry, too, but you can't blame me for it.
Haley, I just now promised my wife I wouldn't kill you. Don't make me break it.
Come on, Haley. I'm taking you to Dodge with me.
Hey, now look here, ain't you forgetting I'm a lawman too, Marshal?
I'd like to forget it. It doesn't make me very proud of being one.
I come here to do a job, and I'm going to do it.
I promised her I wouldn't kill you now, Haley, but you come back here, and I promise you I will. A man can only take so much.
I'll be back.
No, you won't. I'm throwing you in jail for a while.
Jail?
Teak, as soon as your wife's better, you come see me, huh? I don't know what I can do, but things aren't going on this way.
Hello, Chester.
Hello, Doc.
Where's Matt, Chester?
In the office, talking to Lee Sprague.
Sprague? It's a little late to be talking to him, isn't it?
I'd say so. You sure Brandon Teak's coming to Dodge today, Doc?
That's what he told me. There's a neighbor woman staying with his wife. Not that she really needs anybody now.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
It's only been a week, but she's a strong woman. Oh, well, here we are.
Huh? Yeah, oh, my God, he did come.
Hello, Doc. Chester.
Oh, hello, Teak. How's the patient?
She's pretty good, Doc. Being awful brave about it, but I know how she feels.
Only time will cure that.
I guess so.
Mr. Dillon's in the office, Teak. He wanted you to go right on in when you got here.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Teak. Come on in. You know Lee Sprague?
Yeah, I know him.
Hello, Teak.
Sprague and I were over at the land office this morning. I think we got everything straightened out.
What do you mean?
Here. Take a look at this.
What is it?
That's a deed to the land you're on, Teak, and this time it's legally registered.
Yeah, sure. In your name.
That's right.
You help him with this, Marshal?
Well, I wanted to be sure that there weren't any loopholes, Teak.
You know, if it wasn't for my wife, you people would have to shoot me off that place.
Teak, I want to tell you something.
Ain't you said enough, Sprague?
No. Now listen. I'm a greedy man, Teak, and I'll take anything I can get legally. But Marshal Dillon here has been talking pretty hard to me lately.
Sure, and I've been listening to him, too.
I guess I'd have gone right on, and I could have, till I heard about your baby.
Well, why should that matter to you?
I lost my son, Teak. But I lost my wife, too.
Taking my land gonna help you?
You tell him, Marshal.
He's not taking your land, Teak.
That deed's in his name, ain't it? Didn't you go along to be sure he didn't make any mistakes?
There aren't any mistakes this time. Sprague can deed that land to anybody he wants to now. All clear. And it's yours.
I'm not giving it to you. It's yours anyway.
I'll tell Sarah. And I'll tell her she was right all along about not fighting.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Marshal? Ain't there going to be trouble you jailing a deputy sheriff?
Well, as soon as he gets back to Wichita, I suppose there might be some trouble, yeah. But don't you worry about that, Teak. I've always wanted to see California anyway. You know, on the frontier, a horse thief was often caught and hung because someone else's brand was on the animal he'd stolen. But next week, a man is hung because his horse has no brand at all. But that was the West. Good night.
Gunsmoke. Produced and directed by Norman McDonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Our story was specially written for Gunsmoke by John Meston. with music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Sound patterns by Tom Hanley and Bill James. Featured in the cast were Joseph Kearns, Vic Perrin, Helen Cleve, Paul Dubov, and Will Wright. Farley Bear is Chester, Howard McNear is Doc, and Georgia Ellis is Kitty.
From July 15th, 1956, Gunsmoke here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. A reminder, our webpage is classicradio.stream. And coming up next, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense, from their very last season.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to MediShare for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And MediShare's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. MediShare is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it, find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Snow on 66, July 15th, 1962.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Nearly ready, honey?
Darling, it takes time to put on lipstick properly.
Well, I'm sure the natives will love you as you are.
What natives? Where are we, Charlie?
You mean to sit there making up that utterly provocative lower lip after we arrive at the biggest motel in the only town on 150 miles of desert highway and not know where we are?
Well, I suppose I could find some postcards or envelopes in one of these drawers.
Nah, you just stick with the decorating. I'll fill you in from this folder. See, this is the Beatatican. Beatatican Motel is located on the outskirts of Red Mountain, Arizona.
So that's where we are.
That's where we are. Red Mountain, Arizona is 485 miles east of Los Angeles. What's more, the temperature is now 20 degrees. It's expected to drop to 5 below tonight with snow before morning.
Well, no, it doesn't say that in the folder.
No, the manager told me that when we registered.
5 below? Mm-hmm. I've never been where it got that cold.
Now, you California gals, all you've got going for you there is climate. You never have weather.
I'm sorry I failed you so early in our marriage.
Better to know the worst right away. Come on, let's eat.
I'm ready. Now, how do I look?
You look fine to me. But the Indians may think white men go on warpath again.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. White squaw wear heap much war paint.
Funny man. Got the key?
I got it. Let's go.
Ooh, it's cold.
20 degrees and dropping. Hey, be careful. There's ice there.
Oh!
Here, hang on to me.
What's that?
It's a train, that's what it is. Look, over there, across the road.
A train? Out here in the middle of nowhere?
Sure, it's main line from L.A. to Chicago. Runs alongside the highway out here for hundreds of miles.
Look at them eating dinner in that dining car. I'll bet they're nice and warm.
Want to change places?
Oh, they look so safe. I don't want to be safe. I want adventure.
You picked a great place for it. Red Mountain, the hotspot of northern Arizona. Just look at it. There's one main street and 52 motels, 87 gas stations.
And 6 restaurants featuring chill mac and canned soup.
Yeah, the manager shills for the Kachina Doll down toward the center of town.
Watch out for that little truck, Charlie.
I see him. He's far enough away, I think. Oh, that's so-and-so.
What's the matter, dude?
I don't know. He waited till I pulled out in front of him, and then he let me have his bright lights. Nearly blinded me in the rear vision mirror.
Oh, maybe he's signaling he wants to pass.
Let him.
Oh, that's it. He's blowing his horn. There he goes.
He's in an awful hurry.
Oh, look out, he's putting on his brakes.
Hey, I nearly piled into him.
He's drunk, that's what.
Or crazy. Well, now he slowed down to 20. Well, I'll have to pass him.
He won't let you.
This is. I speed up, he speeds up.
Let him go then, Charlie.
It's a good thing nobody was coming toward us.
Watch out, he's slowing down again.
15.
Do you suppose he's doing that on purpose?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, come on, get going. I'm going to have to try it again. He won't let me by.
He is doing it on purpose. Well, there's the restaurant, the Kachina Doll.
Where?
Over there on the left.
Well, there's one way of losing our comedian. I'll just peel off to the left and let him have a highway to himself.
He doesn't seem to want the highway, Charlie.
Hmm?
Look up the road. He's turning into that gas station. He's coming back.
I'll let him. Come on, let's eat.
Charlie, you better lock the car.
Why?
Him.
There's nothing for anybody to take.
I'd feel better if you locked it.
Oh, all right.
Look, he's cruising by, looking us over like he was a cop and we did something.
Yeah, maybe he is. It occurred to me when he first swung in front of us.
Well, he isn't in uniform.
Well, there, the car's all locked. Let's go.
Charlie, down the road, he's turning around again. What's the matter with him?
Well, whatever it is, it's his problem. Let's eat. Where you want to sit?
Good evening. How are you folks tonight?
Cold. We're not too late for dinner, are we?
Oh, no, we can take care of you. Right this way, please. Well, here's a nice booth for two.
Good.
Care for a little drink?
Oh.
Sit down. Fine. Well. No, I don't think we do. I'm pretty hungry. Let's just have some food, because we're starved. Let's see the menu.
Okay, coming right up.
Charlie.
What?
The driver of that pickup truck. He just came in.
So? It's a public place.
But he's coming over here.
Let him.
Hey, you.
Don't pay any attention to him.
Hey, you.
Were you speaking to me?
Yeah, that blue 61 Chevy outside, that belong to you?
It does.
Well, I want to talk to you.
What's on your mind?
Outside.
Charlie, don't go.
I said, what's on your mind?
Now, look, Bud, I don't like people cutting in front of me.
You mean when I drove out of the motel?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize you were coming on so fast.
Yeah, well, I could have killed you. I could have run you down and killed you.
Yes, you could. It was stupid of me not to realize the danger I was in.
Yeah, well, I don't like people doing things like that.
I don't blame you. And believe me, it won't happen again.
Yeah, better not. Because the next time, brother, I'll kill you.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I'll kill you next time.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, you do that. I don't like that kind of jazz.
And I don't blame you.
Yeah, well, I accept your apology, and only you remember the next time.
I remember. Next time, you'll kill me.
Yeah. And don't you forget it.
Believe me, I won't.
He was drunk, Charlie.
At least.
I could smell it all the way across the table.
Well, that's why I agreed with him.
You were wonderful.
I was afraid you'd think I was chicken.
Oh, no.
There's no point arguing when they're that far gone. No wonder he drove the way he did.
I'm proud of you. You left him with nowhere to go but out.
Hey, did he give you any trouble, sir?
No, not really.
Oh. But he might have. He might have killed us out there on the road.
Oh, Leroy don't mean no harm.
You know him?
Ah, sure. Everybody knows Leroy. He talks rough, but he don't mean no harm. Well, you folks decided?
I'm not very hungry now.
Oh, but you must eat something, hon.
You order for me.
Gracious, I'm afraid I've lost my appetite, too.
Fried pork chops is nice tonight, with flour gravy.
No, I think not. Have you any soup?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Vegetable, tomato, green pea.
In cans?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes.
Good. I'd prefer it that way.
You do?
Yes. Yes, then the cook can't get at it.
Huh?
We'll have vegetable soup.
Well, okay. 2 vegetable soup. And what else?
That's all.
Yes, ma'am. And listen, don't let Leroy upset you. He's just a big kid, that's all.
Oh, who put that on?
Another folk song.
Charlie. Are you sure you locked the car?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe you better go look.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe he's done something. Oh, broken a window, slid a tire, I don't know.
Well, I was thinking the same thing. Okay, I'll go look.
But be careful. everything okay?
Yeah, everything's okay.
I've been thinking, hon. I think we ought to report him to the police.
Maybe.
We could have been killed, you know. If anybody had been coming the other way, when he wouldn't let us past him, we'd have been killed.
I know.
If he tried the same thing on somebody else and they were hurt, or worse, I'd never forgive myself.
Well, here we are, folks. 2 vegetable soup? There. Say, are you sure you don't want to try the fried pork chops?
Oh, quite sure, thank you.
Yes. Can you call the police for me?
The police? What for?
I ask you now, can you call them for me?
Now, look, if it's on account of Leroy, well, I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Oh, you're not me, are you?
No. Well, I'll call him if you say so, but, you know, I'm kind of glad I'm not you.
What kind of a crack is that?
Leroy. Huh. You don't bother me.
July 15th, 1962, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Suspense, Snow on 66, July 15th, 1962.
Yes, officer, I wrote down the license number, 880.
008.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right, officer. It was an International Harvester pickup, painted red and shiny.
That's Leroy, all right.
That's his horn.
No, lady, that ain't Leroy. That's the Orange Empire Express. Goes through here every night at 9:42.
Oh. Well, anyway, this Leroy was drunk.
More than likely.
He's driving in a fog.
And you want me to arrest him?
Don't you think you should before he causes an accident or hurts or kills somebody?
Oh, that ain't likely.
Well, how do you know?
I know Leroy.
Well, look, I know my rights. I hope you know your duty. I want you to swear out a warrant for the arrest of this Leroy. I want you to go out and pick him up and put him in jail till he sobers up.
Oh, Leroy's the same, drunk or sober. Makes no difference.
Then maybe he should go to another kind of institution.
You sure you want to make a formal complaint?
What's going on here? Is this Leroy the son of the mayor or the nephew of the governor or something? What kind of a conspiracy is this? Your boy Leroy could have killed me and my wife, and yes, I do want to make a formal complaint. That's what I thought I was doing.
Look at it this way. You're just passing through town. Chances are you won't be back this way for months, years, maybe never. But me, I got to live here with Leroy and all the other Leroys in town. We get quite a few of them. They're just big kids. They don't really mean no harm, but they get restless. There ain't enough to do in this burg, only one movie show. The TV don't come through good. That leaves the bars.
So they get their kicks on 66, scaring the pants off of tourists as they pass through.
Sounds kind of silly when you put it that way, but that's about the size of it. Tell you what I'll do. I'll have a talk with Leroy next time I see him.
Well, I want you to put him behind bars now. Tonight, before he kills someone.
Gee, mister, I sure would like to oblige you, but I wouldn't know where to begin looking for him at this hour of night. With the weather kicking up a blizzard, why, I just wouldn't know where to begin. That's a fact.
I didn't mean to invade your privacy, hon, but haven't you already filed the nails on that hand?
Huh? Oh, yes. Charlie, I'm so nervous I don't know what I'm doing. And I keep hearing noises outside.
Your imagination's playing tricks.
I suppose so. But just a minute ago, I thought I heard them again. Oh, Charlie, I know it's silly. But would you please check the car again for me?
Oh, come on, Flo.
Please. And then I promise I'll get ready for bed.
All right.
Flo.
What is it?
Somebody let the air out of the back tire.
Leroy.
Come on, answer the phone.
Hurry, Charlie, hurry.
Well, they don't answer. No wonder.
What?
That's this card here. It says, the motel switchboard is closed after 10 p.m.
Oh, but we've got to get air in those tires.
We couldn't wait till morning.
No, Charlie. I will not stay in this place a minute longer with that crazy man out there beeping his horn at us and I don't know what all. Next thing, he'll murder us in our bed.
I can't get anybody to answer the phone.
Well, we'll just have to wake up the manager.
I'm going to like it.
I couldn't care less.
Can't you come out and...
Call up in the morning. Somebody will take care of you then.
Same thing?
Same thing.
I could have told you. Nobody's coming out in this weather to fix a tire.
How do you get the police?
Well, they ain't coming out either.
Number, please.
Operator, will you give me the police?
Look, you folks are keeping me up.
I'm sorry. This'll only take a minute.
Red Mountain Police?
Listen, did you pick up LeRoy?
Oh, you.
Yeah, it's me. You got LeRoy in jail?
No, I ain't run into him.
I didn't think so. Well, he's just let the air out of my tires.
Sure was him. See him do it.
Of course I didn't see him do it. But my rear tires are flat, and what's more, I can't get anybody to come out here and pump them up for me.
Sorry, that ain't a police matter. But you can get somebody in the morning, no doubt.
Well, I don't want to wait till morning. I don't want to spend another minute in your crummy town. I want to get out of here right now.
Then you're going to have to pump up your tires your own self.
It's a good idea. I just might do that.
That's about all I could suggest, and don't you fret. I'll speak to LeRoy as soon as I see him.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. Come on, Flo. Let's get out of here.
Just a minute. You owe me for those phone calls.
Yeah, here. Keep the change. Buy a trip to the moon.
How's it going, honey?
The last one's nearly up. Is the car packed?
Everything's ready to go. Oh, listen. That's him. That's his horn. Hurry, Charlie.
No. Don't let's panic, Flo. What can he do?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, what's he done, really?
Charlie, just don't try to reason with me. Get that tire pumped up and take me away from here. Oh, please. Please, Charlie, please. Please.
What's the idea of parking out in front of the police station, blowing that horn? You're giving this town a bad name, scaring them tourists. They wanted me to arrest you.
Oh, you wouldn't do that to an old friend.
I didn't want to, but then you had to go and let the air out of their tires.
You know, I do the darndest thing sometimes.
No, you're going home. I'll lock you up for being ornery.
You better do that, Pete, because I never make it. You know, I can't see to drive home.
All right, climb out then. I'll give you a cell to sleep it off in.
Yeah.
I said knock off that horn.
Oh, but it sounds so pretty. Pete, you know, you're a real pal. Just a real pal. Putting up a pal for the night in the jailhouse.
See that sign, hon?
City limits Red Mountain. Come back soon. Sure we will. Oh, Charlie, I never was so glad to get out of any place in my whole life.
Well, I didn't exactly enjoy it too much myself.
Turn on the radio, huh?
It's funny how a little thing like that can work on you. You grow and grow on the edge of panic, you know?
Oh, those snowflakes are so big. They come straight at you. You want to duck because they seem to be coming through the windshield.
The best driving conditions, I can tell you that. Can't do much better than 20.
Oh, I don't care if you have to crawl. We're getting further away from that dreadful town every minute.
Oh, that's all I need.
What?
Oh, some idiot behind me with his high beam on. Only one headlight. It's murder.
Charlie, you don't suppose... Charlie, it's LeRoy.
He's overtaking us fast.
You can't let him pass. You can't let him box us out here in this blizzard.
I can't drive much faster.
You've got to, Charlie. Charlie, you've got to.
But I can't see. The snow's just a white wall.
Faster, Charlie. Charlie, he's gaining on us.
Yeah, but that one headlight's in the mirror. It's blinding. It's low.
He's gaining on us, Charlie. Faster. Faster.
Slow, I can't see. I can't see a thing.
Vatican Motel.
This is Pete over at the police station.
You woke me up.
I'm sorry, Sam. That tourist that was beefing about LeRoy, he still there?
I wouldn't know. I was trying to get some sleep.
Yeah, well, Well, if you see him, tell him I picked up Leroy. Tell him Leroy's sleeping it off in the jail.
Suspense. You've been listening to Snow on 66, written especially for Suspense by William N. Robeson, and starring Grayson Hall and Jimmy Blaine. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in tonight's story were Gwen Davis, James Dimitri, Bill Mason, and Sam Raskin. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Listen again next week when we return with The Next Murder, written by Joseph Corcoran. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
July 15th, 1962, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream. You can stream our shows on demand. If you miss a day, you don't have to miss a show. You can learn more about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can contact me there. And if you like what we do here, you can buy me a copy. Please thank this radio station and support their advertisers. And most importantly, tell your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.